Hello, and welcome to Kyoudai Ai, episode 9, the mostly weekly podcast where two brothers geek out about everything Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. At least the seasons that we have watched, and we're adding two anime shows to the mix this week, so it's going to be kind of loaded. I am your host, superjollymac, and joining me is my brother, DonTheVan. How you doing this week, Don?
Hello, I'm doing good, man. It's been how should I say, a long week? It's been a busy week, I should say. It's a full one, a nice, full, jam-packed week. Yeah.
Yeah,
How's your week been going?
the same. Been kind of busy trying to get some stuff done before the end of the month.
Yeah.
It's going to be a packed end of the month for me, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll be there to help for the end of the month.
Yeah, we're going to have a couple of talks too, because this end of the month and then the beginning of next month is going to be quite packed for me. So
Uh-huh.
we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll all be fine.
Me too, I'm sure. I mean, it always ends up working out somehow.
Yeah, yeah, by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah.
But hopefully get it done without any hiatuses happening. So, but speaking of which, let's go ahead and dive in. So get your changers, your drivers. Let's cue the theme song and get it going.
Yeah.
You know, there are some copyright free music that I need to look through, and then we can have the little theme song. Boom, 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 boom. Something not
Yeah.
copyrighted.
Yeah. I
But we'll
have,
see.
I have music here. We can probably go through, because I make music too, so.
Okay. Well, we'll get it done.
We'll see. We'll see if there's anything that fits.
Doubtful.
Yeah. Hey, don't doubt me, man.
No, no, no. Not doubting you. I'm doubting
You
me.
should.
So it's like you have to match the crazy here. I don't know.
Yeah. I, I mean, I think I matched the crazy a little bit, slightly.
We'll
Un
see.
poquito.
So we talked about how we were
Yeah.
doing. Let's go ahead and get it started. Games. You've been playing
Yeah.
anything new?
No.
No? Yeah.
No, all the same old game old. Yeah. The new season of Marvel Rivals literally comes out. Well, at the time of recording this, tomorrow. When this releases, it would have been last Friday. But yeah,
Yeah, speaking of
like the new season.
which, we can do a little housekeeping. So I'm going to try to have the episodes release. They're going to premiere at 2 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if that's a good time, but 2 p.m. Eastern on Mondays. So I think that's when I'm
Sounds
going to set them to try to try to premiere.
That's good.
Will I be around when they're premiering? Hopefully. Uh, so I should be around as long as I should be around.
So like, wait, I've never done a premiere. So the premiere is like it goes live and it plays live, and like
Correct.
people can live chat
Yeah.
during it. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, then I might try to actually show up for those two. I didn't know
So
that's what that was.
I think people have a lot since we're going weekly. It's a lot. I don't know how
Yeah.
many people are actually gonna go 4 episodes deep every week. So I don't know if there's gonna be too many people live, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I've had a couple of my friends there. They're like, "Yo, send me the link for the podcast and everything." So,
Yeah.
I I'll see if they like it. I don't know. I don't know.
But even then, asking them to, well, I don't know. If I guess if you're sitting there binging like a whole season, you might be able to catch up
Mm.
because we're already
Yeah.
over halfway through the season,
Over. Yeah.
and
Which
this
is really
is
fast. Like,
it's it's fast and it's a lot. That's why at the beginning I was like, "Are you sure you could like?" Because this is a hard kind of thing to keep up with. It's
yeah.
8 episodes a week, so
Yeah. Well, now 10, but yeah.
well 10. That's not too bad, but
Yeah. That's not bad at all. Just got to break it up. Like I tend to break my viewing of it up to maybe like 2 a day, depending on what it is. Like I watched the anime in one day, and then I watched I think 2 or 3 Time Ranger episodes in one day, and then I did that for like the rest of them.
Yeah, and they're only like 20 something minutes, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
not too
that'll
bad.
try to.
But
The premiere will try to probably be happening on Mondays at 2 p.m., I think is what I'm going to set it for currently.
okay.
We'll see. It might move around a little bit, but for now, that's going to be the time slot. And then probably starting next week, I might try to do a little special, a little Tokubetsu Ai. So, Tokubetsu? Yeah.
That.
A special Ai, a special episode. So, this first couple of episodes will probably be me doing some unboxing of all of the swag I bought while I was in Japan.
Nice.
So, a bunch of sweat or snacks. I went to a couple of 100 yen stores, a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Will it be interesting? I don't know, but we'll see.
I'm sure.
One of the things I did pick up while I was there was the, if you haven't seen the Gate Box, this is their new product, the digital figure box. So it's,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's basically a little, I guess it's supposed to be a figure, but
Mm-hmm.
in a box. So we'll see. So it's, you can change it. We'll see. I'll unbox it and go through all of it, but I figured I'd try one of them and see how it goes. So I guess if you don't want to have a ton of figures inside your room, you can get one of those, and then you can
Yeah.
swap the character inside of it for whatever. So
Oh,
it's like a gate box, just mini form. But
that's pretty cool, actually.
yeah, I figured I'd get one and see how it goes.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
So that was games. I've been up to the same. I've been playing Final Fantasy, Persona 5X.
Mm-hmm.
Started to get in a little bit deeper into that. That seems like a full-fledged game. I guess it's not. It's kind of like a reskin of 5, but they put a lot in there.
Yeah.
So I just finished the first palace, and they have a bunch of. It's like a mobile game, so they have events that happen every so often, and they're just popping
Yeah.
through them. I think China and Korea has had the game for like a year now, so they're. I
Mm-hmm.
guess I don't know if they're trying to catch us up to that schedule, but
Mm-hmm.
they are pumping through the events. So every day it's something new, and I'm like, I don't have
That's
time to catch up with any of this, guys. So we'll see.
that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. I, yeah, the only experience I've had with something like that would be Destiny, maybe Destiny 2, or
Even Destiny, that wasn't really a gotcha game though. So it'd probably be like,
Genshin.
did you play Genshin?
That's what I was saying, Genshin. I
Oh,
was
okay.
thinking Destiny or
Yeah.
Genshin. Like my
Yeah.
friend, he played Genshin a lot, and I think I was going to start, but I knew about Genshin because of him, so it kind of reminded me of that when you said that.
Yeah. That's pretty much how it is. So they only have released a couple characters, a lot of the old school crew, old school crew, and then a
Mm.
couple of new characters. But haven't been pulling on anything yet. I'm usually free to play, so we'll see how deep I can get into it. Let's see. Watching, we'll go ahead and get into the watching. Oh, music. Have you listened to anything new that you want to pull up?
Um, let's see. I know I've been listening. I've been revisiting some of Drake's stuff.
What is
At the
with you
gym,
and Drake? No hate,
bro. He,
but
he gets me through my workout. What can I say? But I've been listening to Nims, Kid Wild, some Cinch, some Central C, some Stormzy, uh, also Tory Lanez, Little Tecca, and then Akeem Ali. Akeem Ali's I don't know if he's good for me at the gym, but he's cool for like driving around. Um, and then Dave, what's his name? David, no, De La Ghetto just put out a new album, like I guess a B side to his Daylight album, Moonlight. I haven't heard it yet, but I added that to my list, so to check that out.
so I haven't been really listening to anything new. Some of the stuff I have been listening to that I said I was going to talk about this week was the Mirai's, which is kind of like a
Mm.
folk ish group. They do folkish pop. I don't know how you would like put them. How you would what genre you would put them in, but I guess that's how you would do it. Also, what is it, Marina and the Diamonds, which is like a pop. I don't know. She tries to. At least the album I listened to was kind of what 70s, 80s vibe, like really kind of poppy.
Mhm.
But it's got a vibe. I like it. It's pop music, but it's good. Kind of electronic pop. What else? Listening to the songs from DonTheVan, which we'll get into a little bit later. And then I've been trying to listen to the top music for the US currently. I didn't get
Mhm.
too deep into that playlist. There was some foreign music, which kind of surprised me because it was supposed to be the top US songs. But
Mhm.
I guess a lot of people here listen to a lot of music, myself included. But what was it? Beautiful Things was high up on that list. I remember listening to that. I was like, yeah, I like that song. You've heard that one, right? I forget who sings it, but it's good. You haven't heard
Beautiful
it?
thing. I don't know who it's by. I don't know.
It's by Benson Boone.
I
It's
think I have
from
heard
like
it.
last year or something. You've probably heard it. It's a very good song, in my opinion, for what that's worth.
Oh, the things that you
Yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, got you. Yeah. All right, cool. I know that was really bad, but you
No,
got
no,
it.
no. I got it. Yeah, I heard it. I heard it. You got it.
Yeah, that was just enough to not be copyrighted.
All according to plan. All according to plan. So yeah, those are a couple of like the poppier songs I think I've been listening to this week. Other than that, going back to some podcasts, I've gotten a little bit deeper into the D20 season for this, or yeah, the current D20 season, which is kind of a
Mhm.
steampunk vibe. Pretty
Yeah.
fun. Other than that, I think that's pretty much what I've been listening to.
Okay. Um, I haven't been watching anything new. I know you kind of transitioned into what you've been watching. I haven't been watching anything. Oh, I guess podcasts would count as listening too, huh?
Yeah, podcasts would be
That
listening.
one.
Listening, watching,
Okay.
whatever you do. D20,
Okay.
it's a show that they produce, so I watch it, but sometimes I just listen to it while I'm like cutting the grass or
Okay.
doing something.
Okay. You got good headphones to be listening to it while you cut the grass.
Yeah, man. Gotta have that sound. Well, I also have a electric mower, so it doesn't produce as much sound.
Yeah, I guess that's
It's not
true.
as loud.
Yeah.
But it is still pretty
Oh,
loud, so you just have to have that sound insulation or isolation.
yeah. Yeah. Have you watched anything new this week outside of?
This week, I ended up completing, what is it? Ameku MD, Doctor Detective, the anime series. I think this year they released a live action drama version of it as well. I'm debating
Mhm.
whether to try to watch that to see how it is. It seems like they've been releasing live. It's kind of like the Disney thing where they're releasing live
Mhm.
versions of all of their movies.
Gotta be careful with
Japan,
those.
yeah, Japan is doing the same thing but with anime. So there's live action versions of a lot of anime shows that I'm debating which ones I want to watch and which ones I'm just like, the anime version. I've watched the anime version, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
I know America's been having some of that too, like with the One Piece and
yeah, that's true.
uh, 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 Cowboy Bebop and a bunch of other ones.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Ameku Sensei, I've been watching that one, or I completed that first season. It was pretty good. It's a kind of a mystery show. So it's Have you seen Detective Conan, or do you watch any mystery shows?
Not, no, not as
Detective Conan?
not lately.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I want to get into some though. So I would want to watch some.
Yeah. So I watch pretty much all genres. Every
Hmm.
once in a while, you got to get a little romance in. You got to have some mystery. You have to have some horror. You have to have some action,
Yeah,
some drama. But that was my mystery thing for the. I don't remember when that aired, maybe last year, but it's pretty good. I would recommend.
yeah.
I would recommend it. Solid.
Okay, okay. You're gonna have to text me the name of it. I might forget.
Yeah. Other than that, it's just been the two shows we're about to talk. Well, I guess the rest of them that we're going to talk about. So the two anime and the two toku.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And that's been the same for me. I haven't actually watched anything new. It's just been the Toku and the two anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, my week has been all over the place.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I do want to add a couple more shows this season, but
Hmm.
those are the same shows I talked about last week. Um,
Yeah. Ooh, there is a show that I want to watch though. Hold on. It's called like To Be a Hero or something. Like, oh man, hold on. It's like new. Uh it's like a show where they're like in a competition to be like the next superhero or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. Oh no. Like to be hero or something?
to Be Hero, is it a U.S. show, Japanese show, anime?
It's anime. Is it this? Yeah, it oh no, To Be Hero X. That's what it's called.
To Be Hero X.
Yeah, this is oh shoot. This is like I don't know if you can see that, but that's like the cover of it.
Okay.
But yeah, that one looked pretty good. The animation looked pretty decent on it. So I haven't started it, but I'm interested in watching that one.
Mm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Also, speaking of
Yeah.
that, not direct. I don't know why that triggered, but there's a K-pop Monster Hunter or something movie that I want to watch.
Wait, what?
Have you not heard of this?
No, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
You're right. And like
yeah,
they're supposed to be like demons or something, and
yeah,
like
yeah,
they're like
yeah,
K-pop.
yeah,
I want to see that one too.
yeah. Maybe I'll hold off
I
on.
want to see that
Maybe I'll
too.
hold off on it then. But
Yeah, yeah, please do. No, I'll wait and watch it with you. I was at my dad's house and we were watching Black Mirror and like we skimmed through the shows and like it popped up and he stopped and I was like, wait, yeah, hold that. And then
yeah,
we watched the preview for it and I was like, that looks good.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be cheesy at first, but I was like, wait, no, that actually sounds kind of tough.
Okay. I haven't gotten too deep in it. I think I watched the trailer and then one of the music videos, maybe.
Okay.
I can't remember if I watched the music video or just listened to it, but I think it was Golden.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this
Okay.
sounds like K-pop. I'm like, I might give it a shot. I think I might watch it. So
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, it was cute.
there's also this horror movie called Night of the Living Cats or something like that. It's
Oh.
supposed. It's this horror. It's an anime movie. It's horror, where everybody keeps turning into cats. It's ridiculous. I might have to. I'm gonna force you to watch that one. Maybe I don't know.
Okay, I mean, I'm interested. I'm
Yeah.
hooked. I'm in it. Sign me up, coach.
So it's like Night of the Living Dead, but it's Night of the Living Cats or something like that. I gotta find that title. I think that's the name of it,
I'm
but it's Nia,
crazy.
like the cat sound. Nia.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, no, we gotta watch that. All right,
Yeah.
we're adding that to the list. Yeah. I'm with it.
Yeah. But we can go ahead and get to the anime that we picked to keep up with every week if you want to.
Yeah, yeah. I
Our
might need
man,
help pronouncing words.
we'll see. I'll have to do it from memory because I don't. Uh, our man DonTheVan's going to be doing the summary for these two shows. So how do you want to start?
Do my best. I'm gonna do my best. All right, so we got the two anime for this week. Gachiakuta,
Gachia,
Gachiakuta.
Gachiakuta. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's how I pronounce it. Gachiakuta.
Okay, Gachiakuta. So that's the first one, and that one's a new one, and then we're gonna be also talking about DonTheVan season 2, which we are gonna talk about season 1, but that's probably gonna be a bonus episode, since it's an entire season in one go. Excuse me. So I guess we're gonna start off with Gachiakuta, which I don't know if anybody knows what the show is about, but since it's the first time we're talking about it, I'll give like an overview of it. So it follows. Oop, my notes are doing crazy stuff. So it follows the main character. His name is Rudo, I think Rudo, and he lives in the slums of a floating town where the poor scrape by under the shadow of the rich who live a sumptuous life, simply casting their garbage off to the side and into the abyss. And one day he's falsely accused of, murder and everything like that, and he gets exiled off the edge of the floating island. And pretty much this show follows what happens to him after that. And so the first episode is pretty much the setup to how he gets off of the island and gets cast out. So, and it pretty much just sets up the world building and like lets you know how everything goes. So basically, it starts off in the city, and you're seeing a girl and her mom. The girl is playing with this. I think it's a rabbit or a bear, a doll, and she ripped it or it's old or something like that. And her mom's like, "Oh, we'll get you a new one," and they just kind of throw it out and everything like that. And this city is like super clean. They don't really have trash everywhere or anywhere at all. They dress like pristine. The city's just white and gold all over the place. There's no dirt, there's no trash, no grime, no nothing. And so when they throw their trash away, it's like in this special place, and it gets shipped off to where they dump it off the side of the floating island. And so our main dude Ruda, he sometimes likes to sneak into the city and pretty much go dumpster diving, for lack of a better term. And so it cuts from the scene with the girl and her mom to like us seeing Ruda dumpster diving and pretty much grabbing that, well, an assortment of trash, and also the messed up bear that the girl threw away. And he gets chased off by their security and everything like that because they don't like people to dumpster dive or anything like that. And he escapes. He got shot in the arm. We will say that. I don't know if that's going to be important later, but he got shot in the arm, and pretty much he gets away. And in the next scene, we see him kind of in the slums, kind of fixing up the trash that he just stole or lifted or liberated, however you want to describe it. And and there's a girl. Her name is Chiwa. I think it's pronounced Chiwa.
Yeah.
You guys know I'm really bad with names, so forgive me. And they're talking and everything like that. And as they're talking, you can kind of get a hint that Ruda likes Chiwa. But also as they're talking, these group of other kids kind of come up and start teasing Ruda and making fun of him and just bullying him. And they pretty much dropped the lore that Ruda's father kind of went crazy a while ago and killed a couple people, or one person. But it resulted in him getting like exiled and thrown off the pit to his imminent death. And pretty much the people of the slums think that Ruda is like it's passed down to him that he'll probably go crazy and murder everybody also. Well, not everybody, but people. And so, but she was kind of defending him, saying that he's a good guy. He wouldn't do that. He's pretty cool. And but the kids keep teasing him, and Ruda gets like super upset. I forget exactly what was said, but he like gets so upset, like gives like the kid like a death stare, and the kid's like, see, look, he has murder eyes and everything like that. I was like, yeah, he do look like he about to snap your head off. So, hey, But that was enough for the kids to like to bounce and leave him alone. And Chiwa's Chiwa, Chiwa, yeah, whatever. She sees the little um the stuffed animal, bear, rabbit. And I think at this point, Ruta had fixed it, and she was like, "Oh, this is really cute. Like, can I have it or something?" And Ruta was like, "Nah, you can have anything, but not this one. It's like this was not for you." And she's like, "Oh, well, that sucks." And he's like, "Yeah." And that pretty much ends that scene. And they go to the next one where Ruta is chatting with his like adopted guardian, Regto, Regto.
Recto.
That was a weird one to pronounce for me, but
Yeah.
Regto. And pretty much he's been looking after Rudo since his parents died or disappeared, because I think his mom just disappeared, but his dad died or got thrown in the pits. And pretty much he's just been looking after him as like a surrogate father type of thing. And so they're just chatting and talking, and Recto kind of gives Ruta some advice on, you know, how to talk to Chiwa and deal with her. And he's like, yo, you just got to be honest and tell her how you feel before it's too late and everything like that. And, you know, be a good person. You know, you know how that talk goes. But after that, we move on to the next scene, and it's kind of Ruta just walking through the slums, and he kind of sees, I guess, an execution. I guess this is a normal thing that happens because like some dude's getting thrown off into the pits, and so I guess they make it like a big ordeal, and he kind of sees it in the distance. And as that's happening, not Ruda, Chiwa appears next to him, and like they start talking about life in the slums and whatnot. And you know, Ruda kind of musters up the courage to let Chiwa have the stuffed animal, rabbit, bear thing. And he's like, yo, you can have it. And like he's being like really weird about it because obviously he likes her. And like they have like this little moment where like she gets kind of like flustered and she starts blushing too. And then yeah, it just, as you know, anime, it doesn't turn into anything, but like they do blush and whatnot. And so she was like, "Oh, I always knew you were good." And Ruda's like, "Ha ha 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 ha, ha. Yeah, always." He's like, "Enjoy," and then he kind of like walks off. Um, and pretty much, well, he let her know that he actually picked up the bear. He was like, "I saw it and thought of you, and I fixed it, so it was always for you, even though I said it wasn't earlier." He did say that, and then he walks off, and like he's super excited. He's like, "Yo, I can't wait to share this experience with Regto." And so like he's off to see the home. He's off to home, and as he gets home, and he's walking through the door, he's kind of like daydreaming about like telling him, and like he sees Recto like turn around. He's like, "Oh." But then reality snaps, and like this masked figure is like literally like sitting on top of Recto with like a sword straight through his torso, and Recto's on the ground convulsing like a well, not really convulsing. He's just on the ground, like just bleeding out. And so pretty much like what's his name, Rudo and the masked figure kind of like exchange eye contact, although you can't see any facial features of the masked figure, but they're looking at each other. And Rudo's like upset. He's like, "Yo, get off of him!" And like he starts to like rage out a little bit and like rushes him, but obviously his skill level's not there yet, and he gets the wind knocked out of him, and he gets knocked unconscious by the masked figure and gets pushed against the wall. And when he comes to, he pretty much sees like the masked figure is like walking out, and pretty much leaves, and he sees Recto on the ground, bleeding out, coughing out blood, and like he goes over to talk to him. He's like, "Yo, stay with me, stay with me." And Recto's like, "Yo, you got to get out of here. You got to leave. You know, do good in life and all that good stuff." And pretty much Rudo's like, he hears him, but he's not hearing him. He's like, "Yo, stay with me, stay, stay, stay," and like he's getting his blood all over his clothes and whatnot. Mind you, they're wearing white. Like there's no way to get this out. And so as he's, I think I did miss this. As he was walking home, he passed some like the guards from like the city, since I guess they were having the ceremony of throwing a dude into the pit. So that's important because now that you know this has happened, Recto's dead and whatnot. I don't know how, but the guards just come to his house and they see him and they're like, "Yo, um, you're caught red-handed. You're under arrest. You're going in the pits," pretty much. And like, there's no like investigation. There's no nothing. There's just like, "Yo, throw him in the pits." And so it kind of literally like fast forwards and cuts to them literally stringing him up to throw him in the pits. And he's like, yo, you guys gotta listen to me. It's a masked guy. He came in, he killed him. I would never do this. I wouldn't hurt anybody. And he's looking in the crowd. Is anybody gonna help? Is anybody listening? And nobody's listening. They're all yelling, throw him in the pits, throw him in the pits. We knew he was a murderer. He's like his dad. He's like his dad. And Chiwa, she happens to be in the crowd, and she has the stuffed animal, rabbit, bear thing. And she's like, I knew, like, I wanted to believe you were good, but you're not, and you're just like how people described you to be. And she drops the bear and walks off and whatnot, and then they throw him in the pit. And like, he's like, I'm gonna come back and get my revenge on all of you, as he's falling down into the depths of the abyssal pit. And you would think that's the end, right? You would think he would die, but no, I don't know how he survives, because that's a long drop, it seemed like, and I didn't see anything that could break his fall. I'm not gonna hold you, but he lands on the garbage piles at the bottom, and he's like, I'm not dead, and this is kind of crazy. This doesn't seem like what they said was down here. And at the end, it's just like a giant trash monster that's kind of like going through the trash, and he's like, yo, it's colossal. Like, if you ever played Shadow of the Colossus, the size of this thing is 10x one of the Colossus compared to him. And so pretty much that's where that episode ends, and that's the first episode of whew, I'm gonna get better with pronouncing these names, I promise you. Just don't hold me to that. It's gonna take a while. Gachiakuta. That's the first episode. What you think about it?
I thought it was okay. There wasn't too much going on in the episode. At the beginning, they have a little statement. They're like, everything, or what is it? If you keep something long enough, it ends up getting a soul. And like, what happens to that if you throw it away? Which I'm sure they'll probably get into the next episode. But I thought it was a nice intro to the world. Not too much, especially Rudo. Other than that, I'm not sure how many of these characters we're going to see again. I'm sure a few of them will pop back up. But Chiwa kind of did my boy dirty. But other than that, not too much else to say about it.
Yeah. Don't save her, man. She don't want to be saved. Nah. I can't believe she did that, bro. Like, she really defended dude, like, when the bullies came through, and she was like, no, he's a good person, and then immediately switched up. And my boy just gave you, like, he gave you the greatest gift. It's so hard, though. He found some trash, fixed it up, made it brand new, and gave it to you, and you wanted it too. You're like, oh, that is a great bear. Like, I really love it. He was like, yeah, thought of you. You know what I'm saying? This is for you. This is yours.
Yeah.
He's a terrible guy. Throw him off the pits. Yo, what?
Wasn't expecting that turn, but I mean, it is what it is. Interested in seeing how this goes. If it goes more the what is it? What's the one? Not Monster Hunter. But the swordsmith arc.
Demon Slayer?
Demon Slayer. If it goes the Demon Slayer route where I'm not that into the story and I kind of drop off, or if it gets more into the lore and then we get a lot more like lore and story wise. So
yeah, funnily enough, it reminds me of Fire Force in a way.
I haven't seen Fire Force yet. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It reminds me of that in like a little bit. I mean, like, it's not the most similar thing, but I don't know, something about it giving me Fire Force vibes. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's just, it is also just the first episode, and like not too much as far as like action or pivotal storytelling has like happened quite yet. We just got like little bits and pieces. So we'll see. But all I know is Sheila better be the first one to go. That's all I'm saying. I don't like her already. I don't like her.
Yeah. But
it's either that or there has to be like another there has to be another woman, and she got to be badder than Chiwa, and she got to be all over my boy. Yup. Yes. Yes.
We'll see.
I need my boy to have a crazy come up. Yes, but that's Gachiakuta. I like the song. I like the song in the opening.
Did they
It's
play an
decent.
opening song? I didn't remember hearing it.
I thought they did. I might be thinking about DonTheVan actually.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Don played it their opening and ending. We'll get to that,
It,
but
it was great. But yeah, um, or maybe I heard the ending song. I don't know. I'll write it down in the notes
I
next
think they
time.
did play a song maybe at the end. Sometimes that might
Yeah,
be the opening, but we'll see.
yeah. They played a song, and I liked the
Yeah.
song. That's all I can say. That's all I can say about it. Oh man, I did because I watched it a couple of days ago, and I forgot to write down uh about the songs. I just took like a mental note of like I like music, and so I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, but that's Gachiakuta. The next anime was DonTheVan season 2, which, like I said, we're gonna go over season 1 in a bonus episode. So obviously spoilers for season 1 in case that happens, just to let you guys know. But yeah, so if you haven't seen season 1, you might want to go watch season 1. And oh, I guess we should say this at the beginning of every episode, but yeah, go watch season 1. So this season kicks off literally right at the where season 1 ended. Uh,
I honestly
so what's it called?
forgot that season one ended like that because I was kind of annoyed at how they ended season one until season
Yeah.
two opened, and then I was like, oh yeah, they just cut off season one.
Oh nah, that yo, whoever's in charge of like their direction, yeah, they need a raise. Like whoever like is directing this and like making sure the story is going the way it's going. Nah,
Yeah.
I'm in it, bro. They need a raise all the way. It's perfect. Perfect. They have perfect cliffhangers, but it's like it fits. I don't know why. It's just weird and like it fits. So I'm in it. I love it. Anyways, we start off with Momo Ayase, who, yes, she has the same family name as our Blue Ranger in Time Force. Yeah. Anyways, it's a little Easter egg. Anyways, okay, so Momo is in the hot springs with the. Well, we don't know this at the time, but I know it, so I'm gonna say it to make it easier on myself. With the Keto family men. So, pretty much they're trying to take her hostage and
Sure.
do devilish to her.
Uh huh.
Yeah, I don't know. They're creepy. So
Mm hmm.
they're like the aliens where they want my boy. They want my boy Ken. I mean, Okuron. They want his banana organ. They want her. So pretty much, she's like fighting them off. I she doesn't really get a chance to use her psychic powers. To be completely honest, and I think Turbo Granny actually saves her in like some roundabout way because like the whole hot spring like kind of hotel place explodes as like she's like fighting them off and whatnot, and so yeah, that happens. And like it explodes. The owner comes out and he's like, "Yo, what are you guys doing with my hot spring? Why did you destroy it?" And then Momo, she's like getting out of the water. She's like, "Yo, I gotta get out of here." She grabs her bag, but like she looks over and she sees Turbo Granny, which is how we figured this out. And she's like, "Yo, what are you doing here?" She's like, "Bro, it's not my fault. You don't be paying attention to nothing. I just snuck into your bag." Yo, he sneaks into the bag every single time, and I don't know why they don't check the bag at this point. Like that should be the first thing you check to make sure Turbo Granny's not with you. But I digress. We'll get back to it. Turbo Granny's like, "Yo, I snuck into the bag. And you idiots don't check the bag, and like now I'm here. I'm enjoying the hot springs. Look at you having your fun and whatnot. But yeah, sure, whatever. They pissed me off, so I saved you." And so I think Turbo Granny has a little soft spot for Momo. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're cool friends. They I feel like Turbo Granny just doesn't want to admit it yet. You know? She just does not want to admit it. But well, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna see some development there. Anyways, that's like a little prediction. So basically, as they're leaving, it cuts to Octoroon, and his name is Jin, but I guess Momo calls him Gigi. I'm gonna call him Jin. You know what? I'll probably switch it. Whatever. So Jin, them two, they're in Jin's house where he lives, and if I'm not mistaken, they were trying to like Jin brought Octoroon and Momo there to exercise whatever demon or spirit is living inside of the house. And so at the end of season one, Octoroon and Jin kind of put a hole inside of one of the walls, and like they saw this room with like a bunch of spirit tags,
Seals.
seals, with
Yeah.
a bunch of seals. I was close. I was close. With a bunch of seals, and pretty much they're like talking about that, and I guess they're not really having like a super deep conversation, but there's a knock at the door, and that's I think where season one ended, is with the knock at the door. So like we're hearing the knock at the door, they go check the door, and then there are these ladies who look similarly like the dudes from the hot spring pool, and so basically they open the door, we find out that that's their house, which is the Kido family house, and they've like taken in Jin into their home and allowed him to stay there, and pretty much been watching over him. And they're all weird. Like they're weird. The ladies are eating candy and like playing some type of game. I don't even know what game it was, but pretty much they're like, "Yo, who's this guy that's with you?" And he's like, "Yo, this is my friend." And then they're like, "Yo, don't lie to us." And like they made like a really big deal about lying and whatnot. He's like, "No, no, no, seriously, this is my friend." And that's cool. And then it kind of cuts out to Momo running, and like the keto guys chasing her still, or they're getting chased by the cops, and like they're running all over the place. And then Momo happens upon like a temple or like a shrine to like the Great Serpent, or like a museum or something like that. It's like an attraction, like a tourist attraction where people come to visit and like they learn about the Great Serpent. And so she's like talking to the dude. She's like, "Yo, this is the Great Serpent. Okron would love this. It sounds like something he would like. I'm gonna tell him when I see him." And then the dude's like, "Yeah, no, we just made that crap up just because people are into it." And she's like, "Oh, okay, great." And so after she learns that it's a made up story, and that it's just something to bring people there, she starts to make her way back to to Jin's house. And so we cut back to Jin kind of talking to the ladies, and they're like, "Yo, don't lie," or something like that. And I forget exactly what happened, but they're talking, and as they're talking, one of the old ladies is like, "Yo, something something cops." And then there's a knock at the door. There's always a knock at the door. And then it's the keto men and also a cop at the door. And this is where we find out that they have some cops under their pay, or like in cahoots with them. And also where we find out that these are the same guys from the hot springs pool, and that this is the entire family unit. And so pretty much the guys are like, they come in and then they look at Jin and Octoroon. They're like, "Yo, who's this kid?" And then Jin's like, "This is my friend." And then one of the guys is like, "Oh, really?" He's like, if you're really his friend, who's his favorite football team?" And then Jin is like, And then Octoroon's like, I don't know." And then like he says a name, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you are his friend. Welcome." And pretty much Jin's like, "How'd you do that?" And then Octoroon like literally looks over to the left, like to like a giant poster with the football team on it, and he's like, eh. And so I was like, of course. And so they're like chilling, they're talking, and then one of the ladies is like, "Oh, Jin, is that girl gonna come by the house?" And then Jin's like, "What girl? There's no girl." And then she's like, "No, there was a girl here earlier." He was like, "Oh, there's no girl. It's just me and Octoroon." Like, what? Oh, that's what it was. They were like, "Yo, you better not be bringing no more exorcisms around the house to like get rid of these demons and whatnot." And Jin was like, "No, I promise. He's my friend. These guys are not the exorcists or anything like that." That's what it was. And they were like, "You better not be lying." And that's full circle back to this point. It's like, who's that girl? And everything like that. And everything. And he's like, "There's no girl." And she's like, "You're lying to me. You shouldn't be lying to me." And like literally the whole family is like in on this, and they're like, "Oh, you're lying, there's a girl." And then they literally like beat up him and Octoroon, Jin and Octoroon, and like they're knocked out cold. And then Momo appear she arrives at the house, she knocks at the door. Like I said, there's always a knock at the door. And then the guys answer the door, and Momo's like, "What? You're the same guys from the yeah, from the hot springs." And so she comes in, she starts fighting off people. She has her psychic abilities now, so she's like using psychic hands to smack fools around the house and whatnot. But there's too many of them, and then like they kind of like overpower her and whatnot. And like she sees that Octoroon and Jean are like knocked out on the ground. She's like, "What?" And they're like tied up, and like their clothes are off. It's really weird. But like they're in like their undies. But she gets knocked into like the she like fights the head grandma lady of the Keto family. And like, yo, this chick is like crazy good at like kung fu and martial arts. And she's like she's literally like doing weird stuff with her hands. And like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, she put a whooping on Momo. But she kicks her through the little hole, like the little busted out hole, into the room with the seals, and she's in there. She's like, "What is this?" And she can feel the spirit energy. And then Turbo Granny's like, yeah, this isn't good." And then this is where we get a huge lore drop of like the Keto family, and pretty much they've been making sacrifices to the Great Serpent, which, like the people in the village used to make sacrifices to the Great Serpent because of a volcano that was nearby, and they thought that when the volcano erupted, that meant the serpent was hungry, and so they thought that if they made sacrifices, it would keep the serpent from getting hungry. And so, we learned about this in the temple actually, and the dude was like, "Yeah, nobody makes sacrifices anymore. It's a load of crap." But we find out that the Keto family had been making sacrifices this whole time, and they're like, "Yeah, you guys are going to be our sacrifices." So, pretty much, they're doing all that lore dropping, and then they're fighting, and for whatever reason, I think the granny, not the granny, not Turbo Granny, but the other granny that's kung fu ready. She like does something, and like I think everybody like kind of piles into the room, and the floor drops out of the room. I don't know why the floor dropped out of the room, but the floor dropped out of the room in this house, and they pretty much everybody falls into the giant pit abyss that apparently has entire houses under the house, and it's a giant chasm. Octoroon and Jin kind of come in now. They're trying to save Momo, and pretty much they're down there fighting. Um, it's really weird. They're like, "Yo, this is like literally the den of like a giant serpent." And then like when they see the giant serpent come up, I was trying to figure out what it was. I forget the exact name of it, but it's like a
Death worm.
I don't, I'll say it next time. But it's like a giant worm, like an earthworm type of thing.
Yeah,
But
death
they
worm.
call it a death worm, yes. But I'm trying to remember the culture that it's from.
It's where is it from? I remember this because there's a song about it.
Yeah,
Death worm. I forget.
it's I don't know. Anyways, it's irrelevant. I just thought it would have been a fun fact to know. But anyways, the giant death worm shows up, and then literally the Keto family does this
Mongolia.
weird like Ginyu force.
Sorry.
Huh?
Mongolia. It's a Mongolian death worm.
Okay, that's the first thing I had in my head, but I was like, "There's no way it's Mongolian." Yeah,
No, it's
okay,
Mongolian. Yeah.
it's literally Mongolian. I should have just said it. Anyways, so the Mongolian death worm, but like I said, they show up, and then the Keto family does like this weird Ginyu Force thing where they're like chanting, and they're like, "Oh, death worm, we are the Keto family, and we're your loyal servants, and we have brought you this sacrifice." Huh. And so they start doing this weird thing where they run in a circle, and like uh, our three main characters are just kind of like watching over the ledge of a house, and the earthworm is like, "Yeah, screw," and like eats everybody of the Keto family. And this is where like Momo, Jean, and Octoroon are just kind of like, "Oh yeah, we need to get out of here like ASAP." And so uh wait, how did they get out? I don't remember how they got out. Don't actually remember how they got out.
They didn't get out. They're still down there.
They're still down there, so the episode ends with them down there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Ooh, okay, I thought I missed something for a second. All right, cool. But yeah, that's pretty much that.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to my rough overviews of these two. What do you think about the DonTheVan episode?
DonTheVan. I thought it was a pretty good return back to form for them.
Yeah.
freaky as always. It's borderline like unwatchable at some points, but it's a good show overall. It doesn't
Yeah.
it pushes the boundaries, but it doesn't go take it too far for me at least. Let's see what else. We can start with the opening. The opening is what was it? On the Way by Aina the End.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't talk about the opening.
It was
Uh,
really good. It was
it
really good.
was
Well,
really good.
I knew we would talk about it afterwards.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make
I
us
felt
talk about it.
I was a little nervous. I just wanted to kind of get through it a little bit.
You have a good memory, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, we can start with that. The opening was I thought it was pretty good. If I had to rank them, I would still put Otokonoke ahead, but like
Yeah.
it started out, I was like, no, this isn't doing it, and then as it went on, I was like, okay, it's
Okay.
getting better, and then it kept going. I was
Okay.
like, okay, you're getting better, but I
Yeah.
don't think it still reached like the first opening heights, but it's really
Yeah.
good. I want to find the full version of the song and listen to it, but I like what I
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah. I thought it was cool that they continued the whole like DonTheVan thing where
Yeah,
like they say the name inside of the song.
yeah,
Because at first I was like, oh, they're not gonna do it. Like this is just gonna be a whole new song, and they're not gonna do it. It was just like a first thing. And Creepy Nuts was just awesome for doing that. And then I heard it, and I was like, oh, I said, oh, this is a thing now. Let's go. And now I'm super invested in the songs for the future.
but it's one of those things that you can kind of put in different. You can use it different ways. I think. What is it? Black Clover also did the same. I don't know if you've ever seen that show, but I think a lot of those openings also mention the show's name inside of it
Hmm.
in little weird ways.
Okay.
So I think it's one of those things. But Dun Dun Dun, I think, has an easier way of doing it because you can like put it on the beat. You can do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was very creative. I enjoyed
yeah.
it. Heck yeah.
And then the ending was Doka Shiteru by Wirtz. Wirtz, I've heard some of their music. I don't know what else I've heard from them, but the ending was cool. The animation
Mm,
for the opening was also pretty good. I think they do a good job kind of matching a vibe with the like they're telling a story with that opening without kind of spoiling everything, which I really like.
yeah. Hmm.
But I think they do a good job kind of telling a story with the opening and matching it to the music, or vice versa, the music matching the opening. But all in
Yeah.
all, I really enjoyed both the opening and the ending. If I
Yeah.
had to rank the endings, I'm not sure which one I would put above the other one.
I gotta hear it a couple. I gotta hear it again.
Yeah.
I don't. I might have skipped the ending this time. I don't think I listened to it.
Oh, okay. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Normally I listen to the endings though, but I don't think I did this time. I think I watched it and then I went straight into Time Ranger.
I don't know. I might have to give it to season one again.
Yeah, season one was pretty solid. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna hold you. Season one was solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
So,
I think I heard the beginning of the ending, and I was like, it's not season one. And then I said Time Ranger.
yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the episode. A lot of action in it. Um,
Hmm.
just straight back into it, like nothing's happened, which is an interesting way to. I think it's a pretty cool way of doing it. It
Hmm.
annoyed me at the ending of the last season, but now I'm just like, okay, we're in it. I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. Let's go. So
Yeah.
interested in seeing what's going to happen next.
Yeah. This might be my favorite way for like a season, like a show to like do their seasons, is like to end off literally like that and then to come in immediately like right back on it and not do like a time jump or anything like that. Like I think it might be my favorite. Like I don't know, for whatever reason I just really like when shows do that. I don't, it makes it more cohesive, especially if like you're coming back after the fact and like you get to watch it all in one go. It's like you don't feel like you miss anything. It's like just another continuation of like the episodes, and it's pretty cool. I think you gotta really like it has to be like really well done for a time jump to make sense,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Yeah. So yeah, I like it a lot. Okay. I thought this was a pretty solid episode. Also, I think I thought it was gonna go in a different direction as far as like the room with the seals. I didn't think that it was gonna be dealing with a giant death worm. Uh, and I want to know, I guess, if it's gonna be like a situation like in season one where they had um not the UFO, but I think when they went to grandma Momo's grandma's house and they broke a seal and an alien showed up. I wonder if it's gonna be like that. Like now that they broke the seals, what's gonna happen? Or maybe the death worm is there because they broke the seals. I don't know. But like if something shows up.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't even know what those seals really did because it seemed like it was down there and they were going to send whoever they had down there to him anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe that is to try to keep him down in the basement.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
wish Turbo Granny would have said more about it because she looked like she knew what was going on a little
Yeah.
bit more. Maybe, maybe we'll just have to find out in the next episode of DonTheVan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are the two anime episodes that we have for this week. So it's a nice start. It's something slight. It's not too much going on. So yeah, watch it, guys. Let us know how you feel about it, and we're gonna move on to the Toku.
All right. Well, then I'm going to take over. We're going to start with Mirai Sentai Timeranger, case file number 29, The Fiery New Warrior, Hono no Shin Senshi. So here it is. We get we start right where we left off last episode with the Rangers getting wrecked from the V-Rex, but they somehow managed to damage it enough that it goes into a self-healing mode. While they're doing the fight, Naoto overhears talk telling the Rangers about a control unit that should be able to control V-Rex. Then Jian gets lectured by the Lunders. He gets found out because he had cracked the seal of the Hell's Gate again.
Yeah.
And then he sends Hammer out to try and find the control unit to control V-Rex. While that's happening, we see Naoto go back to Tatsuya's dad and try to become the captain because the captain did get hurt during the last sortie. I think last time you said that the captain was not the same as Naoto, and you were correct. I was not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he gets shot down and somebody else gets promoted to captain because Tatsuya's dad's not feeling it.
Yeah.
Then he tracks down the Rangers because he knows Tatsuya's location, and then he tracks them down in order to try to find out where the control unit is because he knows that they're going to go find it. We do see Time Robota again, so Time Robota is not going away anytime soon. He's going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
For better or worse, he doesn't annoy me too much, but he's screaming around in the episode.
He's
So
definitely not as bad as the first episode, the first two when he was introduced. He's
Yeah.
definitely not as bad.
yeah, yeah, he seems like I don't know why he's not as annoying as he should be. Honestly,
Yeah.
like
Like you would think that they would have had him kind of like just going off the whole episode, but maybe they like saw those two and they were like, "Yo, maybe we should tone this down."
yeah,
Just let
I don't know why he's not as annoying as I would think he would be, but he's not. He's not that bad.
and I'm happy about that.
Yeah. So anyway, everyone starts tracking down signals from the control unit. So we end up with Jian, or the Londres family, the Rangers, and then Naoto all converging on the same point. Everybody's racing to find the unit. Naoto ends up finding it, and then gets attacked by the Londres family. But then Tatsuya again like steps in the way and kind of shields him at the last second. Whenever they fall into the warehouse, the control unit starts speaking and telling him how to use it, and then Naoto puts it on, and then he becomes Time Fire, the sixth Ranger. I guess he's not really a Time Ranger. He's the sixth
Uh,
Time Ranger-ish person in the series.
yeah,
So six
yeah,
Ranger popping up.
yeah.
The control unit seems pretty easy to use. He puts it on, and then it becomes a chrono changer, I guess. Lets
Not
him
bad, yeah.
change, and then it kind of tells him, gives him the instructions to use all of the functions in English, but he apparently knows it because he fires it off in Japanese pretty easily. We get a new song. I did notice that we get a new song with Time Fire fighting, and he gets to show off all his new moves. So that weapon that he has is kind of fire, but he ends up defeating Hammer and freezes him without trying. I think he freezes Hammer, and then the Rangers end up picking him up,
Yeah,
and that's kind of where we end the episode.
yeah. I did not notice that it gave the instructions in English.
Yeah, the
I didn't
instructions
even,
were all in English,
I
all in
didn't even
English.
notice.
Yeah,
No wonder I understood it so clearly. I
yeah,
was
and then he would
like,
repeat it in Japanese, and I'm like, okay, my man.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's how you know we've been watching too much Japanese show. 'Cause I literally thought it was Japanese and
No,
I was
no, no.
reading it. That's insane. Okay, all right, cool. In hindsight, yeah, she was speaking all of English.
All English.
She was like, "Yeah, you can change the gun and shoot him and freeze him."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, I understood that. That's crazy." Oh
Uh,
snap.
yeah. So any thoughts?
Heck yeah, I'm so glad that we got a sixth ranger again. Yes, sir. I was wondering how they were gonna do it in this one. I'm like, I know how it goes in Power Rangers, but in the Toku, I'm not so sure. But yeah, it's great.
So I guess
My man looked.
go
Huh?
ahead.
No, go ahead.
So how did it happen in the Power Rangers?
So like, they have. It's a little fuzzy, but they have pretty much the same thing as where they have like a police force that kind of like shows up in the. It's kind of the same. It's kind of a police force, because like the city is trying to match the Time Rangers, and so, but instead of it being like I think a rivalry, I think like the Red Ranger and one of like one of the guys in the police force, I think they're friends. Like I think they know each other, and like they go way back and everything like that. Kind of similar to oh shoot, Tatsuya and this guy,
Naoto.
except they're not rivals. So, and I think he just kind of happens to find the time fire
Yeah.
changer.
Okay.
So, well, not happens to find it. Like they obviously got attacked by the T Rex. I mean the D Rex, the C Rex, the V
V.
Rex, the V Rex. I saw Jurassic. I did. Oh, I saw Jurassic World this weekend,
Oh.
and they have a D Rex and a T Rex, and it's throwing me off. Sorry. But the V Rex, they do have the attack, and I think they're also looking for it, but it's a little bit different because the Launders family is not in Power Rangers, and it's like a different type of villain story kind of going on, and it's also a completely different like American story going on too. So it is very different, but obviously they have that going on. But yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much the same, and he does I think join the Power Rangers, like maybe not living with them, but like they call him when they need him and stuff like that, and like he tends to show up if I'm if I'm remembering correctly. But I thought it was cool. I was very excited to see the Sixth Ranger, and I was like, that's my dude, even though you're low key kind of evil.
Yeah,
I was
extremely.
like, you're low key kind of evil.
We'll get to it later, but
Yeah.
I have a new ranking. Let's just say that.
Yes. I'm with you on that. I feel like I know where you're going. Yeah, I'm with you on that. My dude looks kind of crazy when he says "time fire." He's like "time fire," but the way his face is, it's like I'm like, bro, relax. I'm like, chill out. I have to say that. That's it.
Yeah. Uh, any more thoughts on this episode?
No.
Okay, we can go ahead to case file number 30, the roar of fire. Let's see. Loners is watching what happened on a laptop. I thought that was hilarious. They're sitting there, well, I guess giving the time, but still, they have a little laptop in front and they're watching like a replay of what just happened with the V-Rex and the Time Fire, or no,
Yeah.
the Hammer and the Time Fire.
Yeah.
Then Gian sends the Poacher Master Hunter after V-Rex to gain control of him. Tatsuya tries to go and get the V Commander. So it's not a chrono changer. It's the V Commander that Naoto has. And while he's doing that, Papa Asami goes to visit the Time Rangers and try to get them on the payroll with the City Guardians. While Tatsuya is with Naoto, we find out that the fight that he had in high school that he wagered with his father, that if he won, he would be able to do whatever he wanted, was against Naoto. And he lost the fight against Naoto, which led to him having to go to college. But that's also where he met Naoto, because Naoto was able to go to the college because he won the fight that they had in high school. So Naoto and Tatsuya are slugging it out. When V-Rex starts going berserk again, the Rangers end up refusing the invitation to join the City Guardians. And they start fighting the V-Rex. Naoto can't get control over it because the Hunter has some sort of gadget on it that's blocking his signals. So eventually he snipes that off and then takes control of the V-Rex at the last second, and then he shifts it into robo mode, and then they end up fighting the Hunter and then not destroying it. He ends up cryo freezing it. We get another new song. 2 songs, 2 episodes. New song with the V-Rex. And then Naoto ends up going back and gets promoted to being the captain of the CGC.
All it took was to turn into another ranger. That's it.
Yeah, all it took was getting the tech that they were trying to get their hands on forever, and then actually coming back to the Asami Corp. So I don't know what Tatsuya's dad is doing. I don't know.
I don't know either.
They seem kind of shady, but
Very much so.
thoughts on this one?
Not as much as the last one.
Yeah,
Not many thoughts on this one.
I think this is where I start getting the vibe from Naoto that I'm like, I don't like this dude.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, this dude, not my favorite. Like, there's a new ranking. There's,
Yeah.
this dude is the worst. And then Doan comes in.
Not too much.
And then maybe Timer Vada. But Timer Vada is not that bad.
We're putting timer bot under Doman? Are you serious? What? What am I hearing? What? I can't- First off, you think you know a guy, man? Gosh, man. There's no way that timer bot. He should be above Doman. Like it should go. What's the new guy's name? What's his
Naoto.
name? Naoto. Naoto. Timer bot. I mean, I don't want to place Delvin here. I feel like Shion kind of goes there. You know what I'm
Sheehan,
saying?
though, Sheehan's
Shion.
just. We'll get to it later, but Sheehan's fine.
Yeah. I guess Shion's not annoying. He's just weird. I don't, Dolman does not belong in the top three because he's not the top three.
Okay.
He's not the top three annoying people. I feel like he's really like mellowing out in a sense.
Okay,
You
we
know?
we can get
Like
to it
I
next episode. What about this episode? Next episode. We can do this next episode.
Okay, fine. Wait, no. Also, I don't like Naoto because like this dude talking about you can pry it out of my dead cold hand. He didn't say that, but that's the feeling I got from him. It
Yeah.
was like, yo, fight me for it. I was like, what? Why? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and he's like, well, he's mad at Tatsuya because Tatsuya is part of uh, the rich people that he's trying to fight against, that he's angry against. But
Yeah,
Tatsuya left all of that to become the
yeah,
ranger. He became this other group with his rangers. But Naoto is the one that's working for his dad, who's doing all this weird stuff. I don't know. He's just weird,
exactly.
man.
And it also seemed like he wanted to finish their fight from before that apparently he won.
Yeah, he's mad.
And I'm just like, why are you upset? You won and got to go to school. What do you? I could.
Well, I think his thing was he was mad because he knew that Tatsuya. He probably knows that Tatsuya would have beat him.
Okay, maybe.
Even
Okay.
now, his suit's probably more advanced than Tatsuya's, but Tatsuya was holding his own.
Yeah.
So,
Hey man, that's tough.
but
That's tough.
yeah, going back to the design of Fire Red, no, Time Fire.
I'm.
Uh,
Yeah.
he's basically like a clone of Fire or Time Red, except
Yeah.
his like he has little design differences. Like his mask
Yeah.
is a little, or his helmet is a little bit different. His weapons are a little bit different, but he really looks a lot like Time Red, or yeah, Time Red.
Yeah. Instead of being red and white, he's red and black.
Yeah.
Also.
Um,
Yeah. I like it.
V Rex is pretty cool though. I like the Robo mode that they have for him.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, as far as designs for a sixth ranger goes, not my favorite.
Yeah, I would have preferred a different color, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not just. I don't like the mask or the helmet.
Yeah.
The rest of it's just basically Time Red. So I think I would have liked a different color.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
other than
like.
that,
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get to it maybe later on in life, but I like the designs of like the the sixth rangers that came before. Like, I mean, obviously there's the classic ones like, oh, I'm gonna say Tommy because that's Power Rangers, but like the Green Ranger and when he turns into the White Ranger, I don't know if that's in Toku or not, but when he turns into the
no, that's
White
a
Ranger, I
complete
thought,
different season.
yeah. Well, I thought those character designs were pretty cool, and then also the sixth ranger for like Rangers in space. I know they have different names, but this is what I know. But Rangers in space,
Rangers in
um,
Space will probably
had a
be
Silver Ranger.
happening. So let's not, because that'll be a future spoiler. I
Wait,
think,
that happened after this one?
I think so.
No, what?
No?
Ranger?
SPD?
Wait,
Maybe there's a different one.
that's a
SPD should
different
be,
one.
okay.
SPD is different. No, Rangers in Space happened before Lost Galaxy. Like that, Rangers in Space happened. I don't know if they did like a turbo type of thing, like the one with the cars. I don't think. I think that was an American thing. I don't know if that was
Was that
Japanese.
before? No, that was after Turbo, right?
Yeah, so Rangers in Space was literally after Turbo, and then it was Lost Galaxy with like the Magnet Defender, like the black
Okay. Yeah.
Ranger.
So,
So yeah, and then it was Lightspeed Rescue, and then it was Time Force.
Lightspeed Rescue, I thought would be after this too, but maybe that's a different one as well.
That
All
was
right.
Lightspeed was right before,
Okay.
uh, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So,
We can keep track of the six Rangers and like rank those as well. We'll see. We'll figure out some stuff to keep
we
going
should,
from season to season.
yeah, that'd be tough. But anyway, the next case file.
Yeah. So next up is case file number 31, Delusion Game. Meso Game. So the Rangers are watching a broadcast about Time Fire and V-Rex and see Honami in the broadcast. That triggers Shion asking about Doman replying to her emails. When that happens, she actually sends another email to Time Yellow asking to meet up at a certain time, but doesn't get a response. We go back, and the Don is threatening Jien with a pacifier because he's been pissed off at all of the stuff that Jien's been doing. The Don is getting he's ratcheting up and ratcheting up and ratcheting up. He's starting to become I like him.
Yeah.
He's not a bad. Well, he's a bad guy, but I like him as a character. he's starting to grow on me.
You know that Don guy? He's not that bad. Actually.
Yeah. But anyway,
super secret organization of villains, but
yeah. So anyway, Londers starts releasing Zektar, who gets people addicted to counseling, and then just drains their money. And then once they don't have any money anymore, they kind of go into withdrawal, I guess, which is kind of weird. For the first half, I was like, okay, I'm on board. This guy seems like he could do a good job. They don't have to be criminals. And then the second half was like, okay, yeah, that guy's a criminal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the Rangers. Doman tries to infiltrate and attach an analyzer after the mother of one of the kids that was being seen by Zektar comes and asks them to help her because her son was having issues with having to go back and get more treatment. They figure out it's the Lunders family, so they try to infiltrate using Doman as the main guy. He goes up and attaches the device, but then he gets trapped by Zektar in whatever machine he's using to run it. And then he's forced to attack an image of Honami, which Zektar thinks will break him down. But Doman actually takes a different lesson from it, and he's like, yeah, things aren't going to work out, so I should live in the moment. Which was kind of deep for okay.
Whoa, wait. But I mean, did you talk about her sending the message to meet beforehand?
Yeah, she sent him a message. In the car, Tatsuya asks him again if he's gonna go meet up with her, and then Doman shows a little bit more that he observes things because he's like, yeah, it's not that he's like, yeah, you probably heard that I don't want to go. Well, Tatsuya tells him that he heard he didn't want to talk to Hanami because eventually he'd have to go away. And then Doman's just like, yeah, Yuri's going to have to go away too, buddy.
Yeah.
And then...
I said, ooh.
Yeah. Okay, Doman. Okay. And then he gets up there and he has this thing that's supposed to break him down. And then he's like, yeah, well, actually, what I need to do is go actually talk to her because this is nothing. What I could be gone and not have this time of happiness. And I'm like, okay, Doman. Who is this guy? Okay.
I think you would think.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's okay. That's a grown-up way of looking at it, I guess. But anyway, the Rangers are trying to track him down because they know that once Zektar breaks him emotionally, he'll destroy Doman physically, I think. But Doman just ends up playing the Uno reverse card on him and breaks out by himself. And then the Rangers show up. They're like, everything okay? He's like, yeah, everything's fine. What do you mean? Got the data. Here you go. So they end up fighting him. He goes big. They fight him. Time Fire jumps in and like freezes Zektar. Like he just jumps in. He's like, "Yeah, I got this," and then just finishes him.
We did all the hard part.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So whatever. But then at the end, Doman rushes to try to meet up with Honami, but he's already way too late, and she leaves. She's left, and she dropped her little pass, which should have been a.
Wallet?
I thought it was like her train pass, but I'm not sure. It's.
I thought
I
it
don't
was a
think
wallet.
it could have been her wallet. It looked like a train pass to me. But he picks it up and looks inside, and he sees Time Yellow on one side, and then Ayase on the other side, and that kind of like breaks him down. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah. I
she
see.
thinks Ayase is yellow. That's why she's into yellow."
Yeah.
And then he comes back, and he's all subdued, and it's kind of sucks to see that,
Yeah.
honestly. So he's trying to hype up Ayase a little bit, and then it's like too much for him, and he's like, "Yeah, maybe later I can hook you up with some good knowledge." He comes back with treats for the group. That's kind of where we end off.
Yeah.
Kind of downer, but
Yeah.
oh, but Hanami also mentioned that I think she was just into Time Yellow. It didn't matter which one it was, but he of
Yeah.
course doesn't know that. So
Yeah. Well, he literally missed her like that much,
yeah, so
and it seems like that's happened like twice now.
yeah. I mean, but that's how it works.
Yeah. Such is life.
Yeah.
Wait, so the train passes you can open up and like put pictures in it?
Well, no, you have a wallet. It's just a train pass goes into it, and then you scan it. Some people just put it into like a little train pass holder.
Oh.
Nowadays, it's on your
Oh.
phone, so they don't do that. But it's
Oh,
basically just a little,
okay.
like a little portfolio for your train pass.
Okay.
You got to remember, this is 2000, so
Yeah, you're probably right then. Yeah.
they could have been a wallet too, but usually wallets are a little bit bigger.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Gotcha. Man, my dude Doman, man, this was an episode for him, man. He did good. I'm proud of him. Heck yeah. Yeah, my guy came through. My God came through. My man had Tatsuya on the ropes.
Yeah,
Tatsuya was like, you know what? I'm just gonna look forward and just take care of my part of this mission. We're good. You got it, bro. Go ahead. My man was like, yo, I'm gonna drop a little gem, a little gem on the monster of the week. Go
yeah.
ahead. Confuse him. He's like, he thought it was my therapy. Nah, my boy, this is your therapy. Come on now. Like, oh, yes, sir. Do it. Let's go. Yo. And then he took care of it on his own. Everybody came in like, yo, ha. Doman's like, relax. I got this. And then even Time Fire, he couldn't do nothing but be like, I guess I'll freeze him. Shoot, dang, my bad, bro. And then, Doman. Oh, yeah, man. He got his heart crushed a little bit. But it's okay. He's gonna come back stronger and better than ever. You know, he's gonna. I feel like him and her name's Hanami. Hanami are gonna, you know, what I'm saying they're gonna figure out and get through. Like they're gonna get through this little, interference. This little, signal. You know, what I'm saying friction. They're gonna get through this communication. You know, they're gonna figure it out. And I don't know what I say it's gonna do, but. Yeah, he gotta bounce. He can't stay. yeah. But yeah, my man Doman did good this time. I'm so proud of him. That's it. Doman.
Yeah, all in all, pretty decent episode. I liked it. Doman's not the worst. That's Naoto.
You really mean it, bro? You mean
Yeah.
it?
He's not the
I like
worst.
that.
But we'll see how long
I
this
knew you
lasts.
could go.
He's done it before. I'm sure he'll do it again.
What you mean? Fine. We'll see.
But for now, he's up there. Doman,
Good.
you're not that bad. For now.
Does he at least get placed below the little robot
Timer Butter?
guy? Yeah.
All right, fine.
Woo! A win's a win. Let's go. Yeah. I'll take it.
All right, we're gonna end up this week with case file 32. Save the criminal. Hanzaisha o Tsuke. So we open up with DD Lattice being about to be attacked by Dolnero because he doesn't want to commit crimes anymore. This was the weirdest opening to the show I think they've ever had. It's just like, new monster of the week. Oh, the Don's about to kill him because he doesn't want to commit crimes. So Jian kind of steps in the way and he's like, okay, if you're about to kill him, let me try something. And then he puts this device on him. That's kind of like the Hunter's device, I guess, that the Hunter tried to use with V-Rex. But Jian is trying to take control of Lattice and get him to do whatever he wants. But Lattice ends up going berserk and then breaks out of the area. And then as he's escaping, people are going crazy. And the CGC ends up getting called. They have the weirdest little scenes in Sentai. So the one where he's escaping and then the car flips over and is about to hit this couple. And then the lady's in a wheelchair with like a broken foot or something. And then they cut and then the guys climbs out because the car's upside down sliding towards them and they're about to get hit. But it stops right before him. And then you cut back and the lady is just standing up holding the dude. like, what are you guys doing? But okay. Anyway, Lunders ends up cornering Lattice, but Shion sees them fighting and ends up saving him as the city guardians comes and kind of fights off Lunders. And then Lattice and Shion kind of escape. And then I have a note that says Naoto is definitely a jerk because he just comes in cocky, mad at the Rangers, like, you're hiding him. I'm going to find him and I'm going to kill him. Like, dude, slow your roll. Like, okay.
There might be a reason why we're hiding. You know, I don't know. Like,
well, they didn't even
like the bad guys here.
They didn't even know anything about it. So they're like, we don't know anything about this. He's like, I know you're hiding them. I don't know why, but I'm gonna find them. Oh, and I'm going. Anytime you want to fight, we can fight. Like he doesn't even seem like they're on the same side. I don't know. He's like a anti-hero or something like that.
Except a really bad one.
Yeah, a very, very bad one. Jian eventually corners Shion and Lattice, and then Naoto attacks the Rangers because he thinks they're protecting him. And then he tracks down Shion and Lattice, and he's about to fire on him, but Shion manages to convince him, and then he's like, oh, my gun probably missed, because he still fires, but he doesn't hit them. And then he's like, yeah, something's wrong with my gun. But in that moment, Jian takes control of Lattice and makes him go giant form and then start destroying the city. So they end up taking the robots, attacking him. Shion snipes the little device and then they freeze him. And then Naoto ends up being like, well, frozen or dead, it doesn't matter to me as long as he's off the streets. So I'll give him like a minuscule little walk back. Like he might not be completely a jerk, but he's still a jerk. I don't know. Like I'd give him a centimeter back in the opposite direction. Like it doesn't. I don't know. It's not even worth it. Yeah. He's trying to do the actions that would like convert somebody from being like a jerk to like a decent guy, and it's like no, you're still a jerk. I don't know. It's not working for me.
Gonna take a lot more than that.
Yeah. So that was it for that episode. Shion ended up not getting his pay, so they didn't get dinner. But other than that, I think the episode was done.
Yeah. I don't really have much to say about this one. I thought it was an interesting start to the episode too, and I thought, I guess it's like a shake up a little bit, a little different spice for the soup, a little flavor for it.
Yeah.
But overall, still a typical episode.
Yeah, not much for this one for me either. Probably one of the better Shion episodes, Green Central centric episodes, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're starting to see a little bit more action outside of their full suits, just in the little
Mm,
time kind of coveralls or whatever, which was nice. But other than that, nothing much.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I feel like the last three episodes are they were pretty story heavy as far as moving pushing things forward, so this felt like a breather in a sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then we can go ahead and get to Kamen Rider Kuuga. This is probably a quick read for Kuuga as well. Starting with episode 29, Crossroads, Kyoto.
Mm,
So the Pole Pole owner is in the restaurant making a scrapbook of Kuuga, and he makes a remark about the only gold form, or next up is the red form to be gold, which kind of gives us our arc for the next couple of episodes.
mhm.
Which is cool because now they notice that all of those colors are still number four. It's just that he's in different colors.
Mhm.
Sakurako is still working on translations. Jean brings Mika by to all of the places and introduces her to everyone so she can see Goran and kind of see the pieces that they got from her father's study, how they've been
Mhm.
putting it to use. So he takes her to like the police laboratory. The I don't remember if he took her to the dock, but he took her to Pole Pole and everywhere else.
Mhm.
Let's see. I have. Oh, let's see. He knows that Yusuke is Kuga. The police chief also knows that Yusuke is Kuga, which was like two reveals this season or this
Mhm.
episode. I guess what's her name? Enokia has been telling like everybody. I'm like, okay, lady. Number three was getting kind of freaky. He keeps rubbing his chest whenever they have an interaction. So it's like, okay, what's he got in there? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a weird vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I will say I'm still surprised he's here.
He's still there. He doesn't seem like he's annoying the A-listers as much, but
Yeah.
so that's good. And he seems like he's got something ready.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. They start a new game talking about the Grongi. So number 39 starts sending balls from the sky to fly to different parts of Tokyo. There's a Grongi kind of caped in a little white mantle with the little abacus that seems
Mhm.
like he's like the score counter for all of the
Mhm.
games that they're doing now. While they're doing that, Ichijo, the doc, and Yusuke are talking kind of about the changes Yusuke has been seeing, what's causing them, and how they could affect him in the future. While they're doing that, they leave, and then the police kind of pinpoint where the attacks were coming from and send Ichijo and Yusuke there to find him. Yusuke attacks him, and I think that's kind of he's fighting him. Yeah, he's fighting him, and while he's fighting him, Chono, kind of in the background, like a B-tiered story, we see Chono again, and he's drawing a picture for a campaign, and he's trying to
Mhm.
get an advertisement company to kind of take it up. So he's taking a bus, but it gets stopped because Yusuke is fighting number 39. And then he gets out of the bus, starts running for the building, but the police stop him, and that's kind of where that episode ends.
Mhm.
So, thoughts on that one?
Um, I'm trying not to mix up my thoughts about the different episodes because they seem similar, but they're different.
Yeah, you can't really say an A B because they kind of drift into each other.
Yeah.
This one was fine. A lot of kind of setup again for what we know is probably about to happen. The final red
Yeah.
form, and then something might
Yeah.
happen because Sakurako is still going over translations, looking at stuff, and trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. I think most of my thoughts will be on the next one.
Okay, well, we can go ahead and go to the next one, which would be Fate Unme. Yusuke keeps walking into attacks. This one was confusing because it's like the guy has this huge ball on a chain and he's swinging around, hitting him, and then Yusuke's just walking up. I guess he's done that
Mhm.
before in purple form, but it's
But
just
like, no.
yeah, he gets hit pretty hard and he goes down at one point and then he just gets up and then he does the same thing again.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Except in gold and purple.
yeah, and
I'm
then
like, bro.
then he stabs him with his sword, but 39 just like pulls it out slowly and he's got this huge hole in his chest and he's like, you're gonna have to do much better, buddy. Maybe try a different color.
I was like, okay,
Yeah,
whoa.
and then he kind of beats him down and Yusuke passes out.
Yeah.
And then after that, Chono Chono is running like a different way because the police wouldn't let him through.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he turns the corner, he gets knocked out cold by number 39, which is pretty
Uh,
sad. Like you hate to see
how,
it. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
how
bad
unfortunate
timing.
you ran into.
Yeah, I think he says that too. He's like, you are very unlucky to run into me right now.
Yeah.
But at least he's not dead, I guess.
Silver linings.
Yeah. So while that's happening, Ichijo requests the new rounds from the science department.
Hmm.
Yusuke gets taken into the dock, and then the doc is about to take Sakurako over to see him. But as soon as they enter the room, Yusuke's like gone. So he's like, yeah, it's probably going to take him 3 or 4 hours before he gets up. And then they walk in, and Yusuke's like, yeah, I'm fixed.
Good.
Yeah. So the doc is like, what? And then Yusuke's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then he walks out, and then Ichijo happens to see him. He's like, wait, you're already back? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. And everybody's like, okay, well, this is one of the things I like about this episode is it kind of shows off Yusuke. It shows off that everybody recognizes how hard Yusuke is working, and
Hmm.
kind of instead of getting in his way, they're going to try to do what they can to support him how they can,
Yeah.
which was kind of a nice thing to see. Um,
Yeah.
those are my final thoughts about the episode in the middle of the episode. But anyway, the after the fight with 39, the Grongi leave their little hideout in the building. The police find it and figure out that they're using the wheel to figure out where to target. But since it's a roulette wheel, it's random. So they're like, well, we can't really do too much to figure out where they're going to attack next. But what we can do is figure out the tall buildings around and then go to those places.
Hmm.
So that's what they do. Yusuke goes in red and gold. First, he stops by Ichijo. He's like, hey, I think I got to go red and gold. But if I do, there might be a little bit of extra damage. And Ichijo's like, all right, I'll take care of it. And Yusuke's like, okay. And then he finds number 39. And then with Gorm, he like carries him over into the next area. And then they start
Hmm.
fighting. Ichijo gets some shots off. Like, he gets his new bullets. And he hits those shots like, wow. I think that's before
Yeah.
Yusuke moves him to the new area. He
Yeah.
shoots number 39 and like takes out all of his little rings that he enlarges into making those wrecking balls.
Hmm.
And then I think his last shot, he ends up getting kicked back to the head. But still, he got a nice like half a dozen shots off, like dead aim. Like, that's no joke.
Gunslinger.
Yeah. So anyway, they square off. Number 39 ends up doing the Yusuke thing about like, come on, buddy, I can take it. And then Yusuke gets his kick in, and then huge boom. there's a huge boom,
Huge boom.
and yeah, the city kind of has this huge explosion in the middle of it, and that's where we cut off for the episode. So
Yeah.
my thoughts on the episode was it's pretty cool how they convey how hard Yusuke is working, and it's being recognized by everyone around him. Like they see it,
Yeah.
and then they have their concerns, but they're like, well, my concerns are just going to kind of get in the way. Instead of that, let's see how I can support them, which I thought was a pretty good way to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I agree. I like the fact that they're definitely supportive of him. Or I guess for me, I kind of took away like they notice how hard he's like working, and that even though he's being like super positive about it, it's not fun,
Yeah.
you know. And so I guess I saw it from that point of view. But
Yeah, that's one of the things
yeah,
that Doc talks to Chono about inside the hospital. He's like, yeah, he might be smiling, but he's really he's putting up with a lot of pain, and he's putting in a lot of work. It's not just fun. He's just smiling so that everybody else can smile around him.
was that this episode or next episode?
That was this
That's the only reason I didn't say it because I wasn't sure.
I think that was this episode. No, that was this episode. Yeah.
This one, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part I was like okay, because like he was like riling up. You said Chojo? Is it
Chono.
Chono. He was riling up Chono, and
Yeah.
see that, guys? I'm getting closer with the name. I'm still off a little bit, but I'm getting closer. But Chono and they had like a little exchange, and he was like yeah, go. Yusuke likes your painting and he thought it was calming, and you're sitting here talking smack about him and everything like that, and he just wants to see you be good and whatnot, and he's in pain and he's still fighting through it, and it's like, don't give up on your dreams. There's gonna be another time where you can do your painting and like get a hired pretty much just telling him not to give up. I feel like I just butchered that, but he's telling him not to give up.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought it was cool to see Yusuke go into the golden red form, because it's kind of like he was going backwards as far as like how he got the forms and how he was going golden inside of them. So
yeah, I guess that is how it worked.
Because he did purple first and then green and then blue.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool, and then red. But and then the boom was a bit excessive, but I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I said, dang.
Yeah.
I was like, nobody died.
Yeah.
Like, we can talk about it in the next episode, but I was like, nah, somebody had to die. But
Yeah.
it was crazy. It was insane. Like,
So.
and then also at the end, yeah, he was like, yo, kick me.
Yeah.
Like, bro, why are you just letting him kick you? Like he really like just like stood there. He was like, "Give me your best."
Yeah.
So I don't know. That guy was off. He was off something, man. I don't know.
Cocky.
Yeah.
Too cocky. Paid the price.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I had for this episode.
Yeah.
I think you can probably see. What's her name? Dang it. The one doing the translations.
Sakurako.
Sakurako. Yeah.
Sakurako.
Sakurako. You can see them exchanging looks and stuff when she comes into the hospital and whatnot. You feel all the little lovey-dovey tension between them. And it's like, ooh. It's like, okay. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
So speaking of the next episode, it kind of picks up right after. Well, not right after it, because they're in Pole Pole making curry, Minori, and Yusuke. And on the news, they're talking about the damage after the last fight, after Yusuke or Kuuga's power kick. But it was only property damage, so everybody was fine. A lot of broken glass. Other than that, no human lives were lost.
Yeah.
Then we get to the first of the flashbacks of the episode. So this is a flashback episode to get everybody caught up on what's been going on.
Mhm.
So nothing much happens. They have some flashbacks and then they come back and then they have the police talking about what happened, how the upper leaders are kind of getting cold feet with it and they kind of want to distance themselves away with from Kuuga because of the damage. And it's like, okay, but what you gonna do? During that, the Grongi also meet up, and then Bada is tasked with being next in the game. So he begins to start his game up, and then we have some more flashbacks from the Grongi, and then that kind of ends the episode. So a pretty quick episode, mostly flashbacks about Kuuga regaining his gold tinted powers for all of them, and then the Grongi that he had to fight during all of those fights as he got those upgrades. But other than that, pretty quick episode, not much to talk about. They do mention that nobody got killed during that big explosion, but that was about it.
Yeah.
So, pretty quick episode. I don't know. You have
Yep.
anything else to say about it?
No, I actually fell asleep throughout it, so.
I mean, it was mostly old footage, so not much happened in the episode.
Yeah, I was watching it, and I think I caught the fact that they said, "Oh yeah, nobody died," and I was like, "Oh, that's weird."
Yeah.
And then it went on, and then they started like as soon as they started the flashbacks, like 2 minutes in, I was out.
Yeah.
I was like, and I think it was really weird. I would come back, like I would go to sleep, and then I would kind of wake up a little bit, and they would be back in present time. I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's not all flashbacks. And then they would flashback again. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep.
And then I would be out, and it was just like an off and on of that. And so I was like, I caught bits and pieces, but yeah, for the most part, I was asleep.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. So we can go on episode number 32, Obstacle, Show Guy.
Yeah.
Kuuga catches up to Bada, but Bada escapes and Kuuga can't catch him after they play a little chicken with their bikes. Then there's some discussion about that Kuuga is going to need the upgraded bike that they have. I think they showed kind of like a shadowed shot of the police chief. I think it was the police chief talking to the scientist lady, showing him the bike that it was finished. But since that explosion, they kind of don't want to give it to Kuuga. So he's not allowed to get the upgraded bike. But Bada keeps mowing down people. And then the police learn of Yusuke's identity and then come up with a plan to try and help him route Bada into a section of the city where if there's another explosion, there won't be that much damage. Like he can fight safely in that area and then have it be destroyed and it won't get in anybody's way. So now all of the police force basically knows that he's Kuuga.
Yeah.
But one of the local cops, I think, kind of comes across Bada and then tries to pull him over or something like that. And everybody's like, back down. We're not ready for it. But he doesn't listen and he goes. And then Bada just like rams him and kills him. And then Yusuke ends up finding him. And then they have this bike fight going through kind of different BMX stages. Like they go through different areas on their bikes and they're just fighting it out. In the end, they launch at each other and they end up knocking each other off their bikes. And then Bada picks up Kuga's bike. And then I think he starts heading towards Kuuga, and that's where the episode cuts. So now, because of the flashback episode, we're kind of one episode off. So this is our what cliffhanger for next week, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, you can say that. I guess it's gonna be like that moving forward. Then we're gonna be ending on cliffhangers for this.
We'll see. They don't always have an A/B storyline, so maybe not.
Yeah, we'll see how long it goes.
Yeah. So, any thoughts about this one? This one was pretty quick too.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything that stood out. I think the only thing is there was like a scene. It might have been the last episode or this one, but it was a scene with Yusuke's sister and Sakuraku, and I was like, wait, I was getting them mixed up. I was getting his sister Sakuraku and the shopkeeper's niece mixed up.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wait, which one likes him again? And then I was like, wait, is this the one that's? I was like, wait, who are they? And then, I think Sakuraku showed up, and I was like, oh, that's his sister. Okay, and then this is obviously Sakuraku. I was like,
No.
I recognize Sakuraku. I don't mix her up, but I was mixing up his sister with like somebody else. I was like,
Oh,
wait,
yeah. Sometimes I guess you could do that, but she usually. Well, I guess it helps because I know because she calls him Onichan, which is brother, older brother.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
pick up on that, and I'm like, yeah, that's her. Plus, she looks different. I don't know. Uh,
No, no, don't get me wrong. They look different. It's
yeah, I
just
know, I know.
for whatever reason, I just mixed them up. I was like, he has too many ladies, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I'm starting to get them confused.
Also, in the
I'm
last
like,
episode, when Jean brings Mika over to the Pole Pole, they see, she sees, what's her name?
the shopkeeper's niece, right?
Yeah, the shopkeeper's niece, and they're like, from the train station. It's like the crazy lady. Oh, the foreigner. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she was like, "Are you in love with Yusuke?" She was like,
Yeah, to Mika. But yeah, that was pretty funny. Other than
"Yeah,
that, I guess the action will start next week.
yeah."
Bada had the fewest number of people he was supposed to kill, but he's been racking them up pretty quickly.
He's
So
on a mission.
yeah,
He don't play that game. He
yeah.
don't play them games. So,
Um,
but
so
yeah,
that's it for this week. Looking forward to the next week's episodes. Uh, that's about it.
yeah. I
So,
will say, outside of the Tokyo and anime, I'm going to go see Superman on Friday or
oh,
tomorrow,
okay.
I guess.
Well, you'll have to let me know how it
Yeah.
is. I don't know if I'm going to see it or not.
Okay. Well, I'll be sure to mention it for next episode. I'll see if I can jot down my thoughts and whatnot.
All right. I have a
But yeah,
couple
my
more
friend's
I'm
going to
going to
go.
watch too. So we'll see.
Yeah. Did you finish Ironheart?
No, I still need to finish Ironheart. Did you start it?
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. My dad started it. He said he wasn't feeling
No? I thought it was cool
it.
because
No.
Saba was in it, but other than that, I don't think it was too bad, at least so far.
Yeah.
I only watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, though.
Yeah. From what I was gathering, cause like I've seen like clips. It seems a bit cringy, but I don't know. Maybe
I mean,
maybe I'll check it out a little bit, at least 2 episodes, maybe. But I don't know. For the most part, I'm not feeling the way that Disney and Marvel are kind of directing their shows or running their operations. The movies, I'm still giving a chance. Like I'm gonna go see Fantastic Four with you if you want to see it, also.
oh,
But
yeah. We could do
I
that.
mean, but Thunderbolts was Thunderbolts was okay, and the new Captain America was we could have did without that. To be honest.
They just need to change it up a little bit. I think it was
Yeah,
not horrible, but not the
yeah.
best.
Have you seen that Captain America?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like the only reason that I feel like one of the few good things that did come out of it was them introducing adamantium. I feel
Uh,
like that
okay.
sets up X-Men.
Sure. I don't know. They could have done that without it, though. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I mean, we could have skipped this. You could have threw that in something else. But I was like, I guess that's something, and that works. I wasn't expecting it. I guess I was like,
I,
oh, cool. That's gonna be something nice for the future.
yeah, I think they
Everybody
just,
knows.
I don't know. Lately, they've been setting up too many people. So I think that's
Yeah.
kind of how it is. They set up too many new
Yeah.
people, but I kind of get what
Yeah.
they're going for. Hopefully, it works out in the end.
I,
Uh,
I hope so.
yeah. But
I'm
anyway,
not.
that's more.
No, I was just gonna say I'm not looking forward to Fantastic Four, but I'm gonna give it a chance.
I haven't watched any of the trailers, but I'll probably give it a shot.
All right. All right, that's it.
So that's it for us for this week. Hopefully you're keeping caught up with all of the episodes. As always, you can skip around. There should be time codes. This will be premiering Monday. Hopefully the time codes and everything will be ready to go by then. But as always, we may not have much money. We may not have much time. We may not have much love for Fire Red, but there's one thing we do have a lot of.
Yeah.
And that's
That's
love.
Oh. Okay.
Love. Peace.
I know you messed up. You messed up my exit. I was gonna say Time Fire at the end, but you said even though we don't have much love for Time Red or Fire Red, and I was like, dang it, I can't say it.
But we don't. I guess you could say we have a lot of hate for Time Red or Fire Red.
There, there you go. Time.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was way longer than I thought.